my previous video, if you remember, I talked about the possibility of NIO stocks falling from these levels in the short term. Well, here it is. I know a lot of you must be wondering what on earth is going on with NIO stock and how did I recognize this incoming dip. I mean, looking at NIO stock on the 17th of July on Friday alone, NIO took a massive dip as much as 15% and over 8% in the prior day. The thing is, when NIO peaked at over $16, NIO stock was actually already beginning to show signs of weakness in its momentum. After all, NIO was up about 60% in the prior week and 36% in the week before that. Of course, the rest became history as Goldman Sachs analyst Fei Fang downgraded NIO, accelerating the downward trend. Now, that's completely fine if you don't believe in the term momentum, but if you want to talk about logic, then forget about it because honestly, logic doesn't even matter at this point. I mean, from a valuation or a fundamental standpoint, there's absolutely no reason why Nikola should have had a 20 billion valuation at some point in time. Yes, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Here's the thing, believe it or not, with or without the downgrade from Goldman Sachs, NIO's fall in the short term is bound to happen because if you refer to this thing here, we are about to enter into the blow-up phase. Not gonna discuss too much about this, but you get the point. Historically, any stocks that are driven by momentum will eventually dip until we see further valuation or good results to justify the current stock price. Just look at these stocks: JD, AMD, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, and so on. They share the same pattern. As a matter of fact, these stocks had their fair share of dip from the bear market. Like these companies, NIO needs to overcome several challenges. In other words, its number and valuation must pick up first in order for us to see the next bull phase again. That's why if you look at NIO stock objectively, I think people should not be shaken at Goldman Sachs analysts because if you believe in NIO in the long term, and if NIO has what it takes to see continuous delivery growth, then this short term shouldn't even matter. What I believe people should do right now is to let the hype cool down for a bit, let the stock bounce around and buy the dip should the share price drop below $10 again. Guys, think about it. Assumingly if NIO had a bad business model, then let me ask you instead, why would Tencent actually increase its stake in NIO? I mean, Tencent actually increased its direct stake in NIO to 15.1% at the end of June 2020, and just as I speak, Tencent actually bought more shares on the 8th of July, increasing its stake in NIO to 16.3%. We are talking about Tencent, a multi-billion company who has had more than over 100 deals worth more than $40 billion with a wide range of high-profile stakes in Tesla, Snapchat, Activision Blizzard, Epic Games, JD, Spotify. The point is, Tencent definitely believes that electric vehicles will play an important role in the future, and one of their topics happens to be NIO. I have no doubt that NIO is a good investment. Alright, before I end this video, let's talk about the upcoming July delivery update. Based on my calculation and prediction, NIO delivery number will continue to increase. As of June 30, cumulative deliveries of the ES8 and ES6 reached 46,082 vehicles, of which 14,169 were delivered in 2020. Factoring into its recent news of the 50,000 mass-produced vehicle production roll-off, 50,000 minus of 46,000 gives us about 3,918. Of course, that's not how this works, but I believe it shouldn't be too far off for the upcoming July vehicle delivery update. And bear in mind again, this is all happening without EC6 yet. This will definitely be a significant positive for the company, and I believe that when NIO releases its second quarter earnings, it's going to be a massive boost for the stock. That's all I have for this video. As always, please still do your own due diligence. I just want to remind you all to be cautious because NIO stock can be extremely volatile. It's gone from $10 to $6 to $11 again to $1 and to $12 in all in just 2 years. So please invest responsibly. Remember to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Click here for more videos. At this point of writing, I'm still long in NIO. With that said, I personally think that we should see a short-term dip. I will definitely buy the dip should the share price drop below $10 again. Till next time.